Hi guys, I feel like I'm on here a lot at the moment, but one of my best friends told me today that she loves it. So, yeah, what am I gonna do? I can't deny her. Anyways, um, today has been a slight emotional day. I don't know how much I talked about my nieces, either the one in the States or the one in Canada. Both of them struggling so much with like depression. My one in America, who is far emotionally mature than she should be at her age, told me that she knew she needed help, and that while I was home, and that when she went to her dad to tell her that she needed help, he basically said there was nothing wrong with her and she didn't need help. But then when she told her mom has sent her to like a life, not a life counselor, but some kind of counselor at her school, who's actually friends with her mom. And she's also said that she would, because her mom is part of the problem as well. I'm not saying my brother is the whole issue, but her mom has a lot to answer for as well. I will tell you it. I am on the other side of the world, and even when I am home, I wish so much that I could have both these girls and my nephew, but I don't see the effects of him yet. It's mostly the girls. And I've always seen a little bit of my Canadian niece and her struggles. This is the first time I really heard about the American niece and her struggles. So I need to actually make sure, I need to be a better auntie and check in with these girls more. And yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to not be a superficial aunt, where they could come to me and have these deep conversations about how they're feeling and how are things going. So yeah, my PGC, my teacher's council, is for teaching, is actually on getting people to think for themselves and trying to pull stuff out of them. So I really feel like this is an area I can also be using with the girls as well, because my one in America had actually said that she wasn't eating very much or something or other. Something was going on. I can't even remember what it was. I was baffled when she said it. And she said that she knew she had an issue when she couldn't sleep. She suffers from insomnia, and she couldn't sleep. And because she couldn't sleep, and she's been struggling with it, she actually lost her balance and hit her head on the desk at school. And that's when she knew she needed help. Very brave of her to recognize the issue and recognize that she needs help, to ask for help, to then now be brave enough to say, I'm going to have this counselor speak to my mom about the triggers that she is causing me. She's 14. She's 14 and she literally speaks like she's 22. I would love to take both these girls in. Nothing would make me happier than to just give them rules and boundaries, because they don't have any. My American one has got her religion, so she is pretty good. She's pretty good. I don't think she's getting up to too much mischief. I mean, she said to me there was a boy that liked her, but she knew it couldn't go anywhere. So, and she's too focused on what she needs to get done, so there's no point. She's 14. Yeah, that is the way she thinks. And no one gives her the benefit to know what she wants and what she thinks. So, like, I've had my brother be like, oh, well, they don't know. She doesn't know what she's saying. I'm sure she's getting up to all kinds of mischief. She's left to her own demeans all the time. And, yeah, like, she doesn't know what she wants or what she's thinking kind of deal. And I'm like, she actually 100% does. But yeah, frustrating. So I do need to touch base with her as well. But the Canadian one today, my mom told me that her mom has once again decided that she doesn't want her because, lo and behold, she's in the stage where she doesn't want to hang out with frickin' anybody. I was lucky that when I was home, I could even get an hour and a half the first time and 2 hours the second time with her. And that first time, it was like she was trying to see if she could trust me, because she later had said in the car on another occasion she would never go to Walmart or go out with her black auntie. She would only go out with me because her black auntie starts stuff and I don't start stuff. That's what she said when she was talking to a friend. It was crazy. And I was like, wow. And I saw that anxiety in her. She was very, like, yeah, very upset when I was home. But yeah, she didn't want to spend time with us. She just wants to spend time with her friends. Like, she's getting in a little bit of trouble. She's not in with the right crowd fully. I think maybe some of the people in her crowd are probably good. Some of them are probably a little bit more give her wayward. But when I think back to my group of friends when I was similar age, I went a little bit wayward. But when I finally came onto the straight, and I was never fully wayward. And when I did decide that I wanted to, like, fully go on the straight and narrow, one of those people that were not on the straight and narrow are actually still my really, really good friend today. And no matter what, she's always had my back. Yeah, she made some stupid moves when we were little, and she did some things that she regrets towards me. And she's really upset about the way that she treated me. But in the end, I took it because she was my friend. And, you know, she does regret it now. And, you know, she is a really good friend. And no matter what, you know, she is the one person who is like, I don't care that Crystal doesn't do all these things that I do. I like her for her. And she's trustworthy and she's loyal. And she's a good friend. She would have my back. So you either accept her, or I can hang out with you and I can hang out with her. So that's what happened. I mean, literally, that was the conversation in 7th grade when she got asked to be part of the cool group. She was told that she wasn't allowed to hang out with me anymore. And she did. And it was funny because there was a guy in that group who unfortunately has passed away since. But there was a guy in that group who would only speak to me and only be nice to me and be friends with me. Our parents grew up together. Like, I grew up with him. When those people weren't around. Whereas Michelle would not let them talk back to me while I was around. They didn't bother me. And she would still hang out with me regardless of whether or not they were watching. She did not care. She was like, no, I'm not going to be part of your group because I'm going to hang out with her. So, you know, I get it. Anyways, apparently my niece's mom stumbled upon her tablet while she was out, talking about being depressed. I don't know if she's seen visible signs of her cutting, or she is telling her friends that she's cutting. I'm not sure, but by the sounds of it, she's cutting. Now, I said to my mom, well, she definitely wasn't doing that when I was home, I don't think, because she was wearing frickin' the shortest shorts, and she had t-shirts. And my understanding of cutting, and if anyone wants to jump in and tell me anything about it, I have written a book on it, not that it's a book a long, long time ago. And I have done a little bit of research on it. And my understanding from what I've seen in shows and stuff like that is it's normally on the inner thighs. It's normally on the thighs, and it's normally on the wrists. And she wouldn't have been able to cover that up. Now, Mom said she is wearing jumpers right now, and she is wearing long pants. So there could be some concern there. I was just looking it up, and it was saying it's not someone who is cutting is self-harming, but it's not a cry of a suicide. It is a cry of trying to process their big emotions, which makes sense, especially because she's having issues with her mom. Since I left, she started to go week on, week off. She's not really liking it at all. She thought she would, but she's not. Her mom's getting frustrated that she's hanging out with her friends all the time, and so it's kind of like my dad was exactly the same when I went to his house and I went there and I was hanging out with his like my dad's cousin's children. He was getting upset because I was never at the house, so he was literally never seeing me. He might got a couple days with me, but I went through the exact same stage with a parent, needless to say. And my dad hated it. But he never said, I don't want her to come unless she wants to stay here with me and see her brothers. I did want to see my brothers. I love my brothers, but there was a stage where I didn't see my brothers either. So I was literally in a house that was speaking Arabic all the time, and these people that were coming over speaking Arabic, and I had neighbors telling me that I had to be Arabic, and I felt like I was in such a freaking bubble there that I'd rather go spend time with my cousin, who doesn't talk to me anymore, but there was a falling out there, but that was not my doing. But yeah, so my niece has got an Instagram account through my brother, so I have followed her, but I can't message her until she follows me back. So I contacted my brother today and I said, can you get her to contact me? Can you get her to follow me so that I can then message her? And I've told my mom the same thing. So I'm going to follow up on that in the next couple days because I know it's really important. And I want to talk to her and just see how she's feeling. I know she was really antsy about going into the 7th grade. That was a big deal for her. She was really antsy about going back to school. So it makes sense that with all the new stuff that's been going on with, and her mom and dad are actually talking, they're co-talking, but it was such a toxic relationship for my brother, and it always has been a little bit of a toxic relationship for my niece as well. But they've been talking a lot more, and then apparently she's getting disciplined, as she should. But to her, she's being miserable, and, she's probably treating her exactly the way she's always treated her, but she's using my brother's having to leave with only the clothes on his back for 6 months because she was so bad to him, saying, that's how mom's treating me now. So yeah, it's not good. She was supposed to go to the lawyer, her lawyer. My niece has a lawyer. She was supposed to go to her lawyer's appointment last week. Her mom did not take her. So apparently she has got a hold of her lawyer. She has told her lawyer she no longer wants 50-50. Jamie can have full custody, and she doesn't want her lawyer anymore. She wants Jamie and her to just work it out themselves because they're talking now. So who knows what's going to happen, because my brother means well, but he also has no rules and no boundaries pretty much for this child at all. That was very evident when I went home. And this is some of the problem. And I feel like some of the reason she kind of respects me a little bit is she knows I've got rules and I've got boundaries and I love her. At least I hope she knows I absolutely love her, because I do. And if either of these two girls said to me, can you come home and take care of me? Or can you come home? I need you. I honestly need you at home. I need to spend time with you. I want to be with you. I wish you would come home. I almost feel like I would have no choice but to drop everything and come home and be with them. And that is the honest truth. And this is not the first time, because I've always said before, like, if anything happened to my brothers, and yeah, I would feel obligated to go home and take care of my nieces. My one niece's mom would probably do it, but the one that's 14, and like, I don't know. You don't know what that would be about. She's also Islamic, so it makes things complicated, but I have said that this is what I would do. It's interesting. I was watching One Tree Hill tonight. Watch this space. I was watching One Tree Hill yesterday, and Brooke takes in a teenager. A little bit of a wayward teenager, but a good teenager in the end. Just needs some rules and boundaries and love kind of deal. And, told that she's treasured and loved and valued and all the rest of it. And I turned to my flatmate and I said, I could see myself doing that. 100% could see myself doing that. But it's so hard here. You have to go through so much red tape to do any kind of crap like that. It is so hard. And you know what? Kids are not like that one in there. Kids are like my niece, who is sneaking out when she goes to friend's house to pool hop at the age of 12, to Nicky 9 Doors people at 2 o'clock in the morning, to egg people's door or whatever. Like, this is what she's doing to start stuff all the time. And it breaks my heart to see her so wayward. And half of it, I think, comes down to her just needing that you are loved, you are enough, you are valued, you are important. You are loved unconditionally. And with all those things comes a curfew and how much time you can be on a tablet, and you not making the rules, your parents making the rules, and all this kind of stuff that is not. I mean, she didn't even have the common courtesy to give my mom the front seat, a basic rule. She thought she should be sitting in the front seat. And when we were going out for dinner, she 100% was saying that I am having a friend and you basically can't do anything about it. And I put my foot down. I said, yes, we are. We are not paying for your friend. There is no room. It is 2 for 1. There is 4 of us. We are not having somebody else come. That is it. It is a family dinner, and that is it. We had these things. Like, I'm saddened. So if you pray, please pray for my niece. She is 12, and she is struggling something chronic, and I think she's freaking out over school, and I'm really, really hoping I'm going to be able to touch her and get in touch with her and just start an open line of communication, even from so far away. Because I know how much she needs that. But I don't know if I could be the best auntie if I was there, because I get bogged down by all the other family drama that's there that I can't concentrate on them fully. And I feel like I would cause such a rift between my brothers if I did anything about it. Anyways, the other interesting thing as I was watching One Tree Hill, to leave this on a better note, there was a guy in it and he was playing guitar, and I turned to my family and I was like, I want that. I'm so excited to learn how to play guitar. She's like, you're learning how to play guitar? And I was like, yeah, I told you. I'm manifesting. The next guy that I meet, my next husband, is going to be playing guitar. And he's going to teach me. And she just laughed. So we just thought that was funny. But, I mean, it's going to happen. And I'm starting to think that it's going to happen in October. Because October is when I came into this, country in 2005. And October 2017 is when I split. And from my ex. And October 2023. I think might have something amazing planned for me. Something about October. And if it does, then October will be when I get married. I'm saying it now. I'm not saying I'm getting married this October. Don't get me wrong. If I met someone this October, I could get married by 24, 25. Depends. If my cousin gets married in 25, I will not get married in 25. I would try to get married in 26. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't try to have my wedding and come to her wedding, because I have to also go to Nashville. So it's going to be an expensive trip going home the next time. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. And now I'm going to bed. I've been feeling really sick in the evenings the last couple of nights. I'm not doing too bad today. I do feel pain behind my eyes. I'm thinking I'm on my laptop too much when I'm coming home, so I try not to be on it today. And I wasn't on here much today, so I'm trying. But yeah, I've got my event in 3 days. Going through the mud, going through the water, going uphill and downhill and dying. But growth is coming outside your comfort zone, and that is 100% what I'm going to do and why I am doing it. Because I always wanted to do this. I wanted to do it in 2013 when they did it, and I couldn't because I had put in a baby. And so I missed out on this. And I love these moments. It's not my ideal group of friends because it's not. I do really like most of these people, but I'll be truthful, we are mostly gonna drink. So it is a very fun, for the most part fun, weekend away. And it's a girls' weekend, so that's cool. And, you know, the last time all of us were in the same place for a couple days sleepover was probably Papamoa, and I don't even know if half these people went to Papamoa with us. And that was my first drunk experience where I actually vomited. And I'm sure that story is going to come up because we've got a badge. And I'm sure somebody's going to say, do you remember? Which is nice. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. And I'm going to get some sleep. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. And if anybody's watching this has any advice on cutting and how I could speak to my niece from the other side of the world and what I could kind of say to like comfort her or get her to talk to me or anything, that would be amazing, because I am pulling my hair out and I am an auntie who is like on the verge of jumping on a fucking plane to go see her. If I knew that would make things better. signing off.